Time to switch over my winter hats for my summer hats, but I'm not quite sure where to put this hat. Good morning. Welcome to another episode of the Git Go. Welcome to my studio in Fort Collins. It's March 25th and it is freezing outside. And we had snow. I don't know whether you can see through the window. And it's going to be about 17 degrees overnight tonight. So, could be another year for no fruit on my fruit trees, except maybe apples. Okay, so I found this old painting lying around, and I'm going to try to finish it. I started a long time ago, but now I'm doing this sort of style more often, so maybe I can figure out how to finish this now when I couldn't before. And I actually did another painting from this scene of this beautiful meadow near where I used to live in Boulder, and I'll put those two images on the screen so you can see what I did on the other painting. And I'm just gonna try to find some inspiration again from the same scene and see what I can do about this painting. So here we go, without further ado. have come to the end of several new small landscapes, and I'm feeling relaxed. I did the videos, I did some of the promotion online, all the database stuff. So I'm in a cooking mood. And right now, since it's late in the day, I'm not going to do too much, but I want to make some lasagna, and I found these really cool noodles. They're like really thin, so you don't have to cook them first. You just put the whole thing together, layer this in, let it sit for like an hour before you cook it, and it's wonderful. So I want to make some more of that. I have this wonderful deep dish pie plate that I got at a thrift store once, and it's been a long time since I made a hot pie, so I'm in the mood. And I have this amazing crust recipe that has vodka in it, so I'll show you what I do with that. Right now I'm going to make some pesto sauce. I have some frozen pizza dough in the freezer that David and I are going to use this tomorrow night, I think, Saturday night. And I'm going to make some pesto sauce. This is soaked pistachio nuts in pumpkin seeds, which is my favorite thing to use in pesto sauce, with fresh basil and a lot of garlic and olive oil and salt. And I have soaked hazelnuts. I'm going to make some hazelnut milk, which I think I'm going to use as the cream base for the pot pie. We'll see. I never did it with hazelnut milk before, but we'll see. And I'm going to strain the nut milk with this nut bag. And since it's Friday afternoon, and I'm going to have hazelnut milk shortly, I'm going to have some of my hot cappuccino. It's like a non-coffee beverage. It's so delicious, and it's particularly good with hazelnut milk in it. It's the hazelnut flavor and hazelnut milk. All right, I did the dishes, so now I have to mess it up again. I love what you're doing. I think it's really great. As soon as you get this little distance thing,
yeah,
a little bit more honed, it'll be really a moving picture. There's
thank
so
you.
much in it.
Like I said, I was really kind of frustrated with the mountains. I know they look good, but I wanted to get them that hazy look, and now I'll just kind of figure out how to do it with the wash.
Because I want to see what's in your mind and your
Yeah,
inspiration. You're using these other people's
yeah,
photographs to learn the medium, which is great. But I feel like
yeah.
you're very far along that path now, and you could branch out and really start to explore your own voice with your art.
Mhm.
Um,
Well, thank you. I thought that was very good and very informative. I'm gonna see what I can do about working a little bit more on this, and if I do, I'll let you know. I'll send it to you to show
I
you.
want to
Okay.
see. I want to see. Don't give up on it. It's beautiful. This is the original working photo, and this is the first pass, and this is the final art that Cindy created from this photograph. So right away I can see that when I looked at this whole section back here in the distance is more muted, um, softer edges, which makes it recede and go into the distance. Whereas in Cindy's first version, there were sharper edges, there were warmer colors, especially this green hill. And those warmer colors and the sharper edges make it come forward, and you really wanted it to go back into the distance to create that beautiful ambiance and that feeling of space. So I suggested a few things, and also noticed that on the original, this shadow of the trees is not as dark as the trees themselves. And in Cindy's version, it was the opposite. The trees were lighter and the shadow is darker. And the dark shadow, in including the very bright yellows and the sharp edges, makes all your all your attention go right to here. And that's not really where you want the attention. You want the attention to be all over this beautiful scene, not just here. So on the final one over here, she lightened the shadows, and she darkened the trees, which is really great because now it puts the attention more in the whole scene. I She also added a little more detail to this hillside to bring this a little more forward. She did darken this a little bit, but this could have been made a little darker because you'll see in the original over here, is very dark here, and that brings it into the foreground, which is where it is. This is not quite dark enough, so it's kind of floating. It could be brought a little bit more into the foreground and settled into the landscape more if there were some dark shadows on that. She did darken the grasses here, which brought them forward, which was really nice. All in all, I think she did a beautiful job. It's a very lovely painting now, and I was really happy to give her some pointers on creating a little more space in this beautiful scene. Good morning. So, I spent like 4 hours yesterday doing some spring cleanup of old perennial dried leaves, sticks, and everything, and my back is killing me. But today I'm going to try to move some dirt into this depression where I cleaned out the dirt before, thinking I was going to do something, you know, make this deck kind of lower. But I decided to make the deck kind of higher. So I have these 4x4, these 4x4 posts leveled out, and I put the fence panels on them, and I'm going to do the same thing in this depression here with these three. But so these three have to sit level with these. So I have to fill in all this with the gravel, which I'm taking out, digging out from over here under my cherry tree and under the mulberry tree and from in front of the shed where I'm going to have to dig a foundation for the solar chimney, which is going to go on this side of the shed and up high. But we had snow. So look what happened to the gravel and dirt. It's got water. So you know how heavy this wheelbarrow is. I can't move this wheelbarrow and bring it over there and dump it like I planned. So I'm gonna have to dig some of this out, put it in a little bucket, or maybe I could use my other wheelbarrow. And I'm not looking forward to getting back down on my knees and shoveling and taking out this awful plastic that's sitting, you know, 4 or 5 inches under the top of the gravel. So my back's not going to tolerate much today, so I'll just do what I can. I'm going to be worn out just doing this before I get started on the task. Oh my God. What's the matter? Okay. See why I need a new staircase. This is taking 20 trips up this ladder to put my strawberries on the roof. Things we do for a few strawberries. Oh my god. Okay. 42 strawberry plants. I only had one casualty in our crazy schizophrenic winter, so that's really good. I don't have anything else going on here yet, and it's already April, so I'm trying to concentrate on the major plan, which is to create a new foundation for my life to help me when I get old. And you've seen all these crazy things I'm trying to do to make my life easier, like growing fruit on the roof so the grasshoppers won't get me, redoing the sheds to store my paintings and have a greenhouse and more room for my art supplies, and trying to rearrange everything out here to make a drip irrigation system, make a beautiful garden for my well-being and for my art career. But all I'm making is a mess. And it's probably gonna kill me before I get old enough to benefit from it. Lunchtime. Are you gonna nap outside? Don't be shy. Are you gonna be shy? Are you gonna be shy? Very cute. Good morning. Doesn't look very comfortable eating that way, but that's the best we could do right now. Okay, here's a little segment that may be of interest to some of you. Many years ago at a spiritual conference that I attended, I took a picture of this beautiful young girl, and I noticed all the photos in the roll, this was before digital, were normal, but this one that had this beautiful arc of light over it. And then I became aware that there were many other photographs around with these same manifestations. This is a group of girls that I'm very close with, and they know that I was interested in this subject. So they sent me a photograph of themselves with this light manifestation. This one looks like it has a pattern of a big slinky. Many of them have this sort of columnar coil-like appearance. This one is a photo I took at in Italy of an icon of Jesus, and there's the column of light on the right that you can see, and it has a little bit of that coil feeling. There's different kinds of these light blessings, which is what I call them. This one has sort of string lights. This is all the pictures in the roll were normal, like the one below, and the one above had all these lights spread around from the Christmas tree. The Christmas tree lights were swirled around. And this one was also very unusual. This is a booth that some of my coworkers were manning on the Pearl Street Mall in Boulder, and there was a lamp under the table, and there was a lamp on top of the table, and all the photos were normal like the photo above, but there was this one photo where all the lights were completely swirled around. The lights from the windows and the signs on the mall were all swirled around. It was really amazing and very unique. And this is another example of a column of light where you can see the spiral, the coil-like effect. This is just a friend of a friend who took a picture of his pool table, and that coil showed up. Now, many years ago when I was paying attention to these, I just did a Google search for columns of light and found all of these amazing photos. I don't even know any of these people. Well, there might be a few in there that I'm familiar with, but most of them are just random people on the internet that posted their work on YouTube or somewhere. So it's quite extraordinary. Many people think that these are blessings from a master of wisdom or some other spiritual being, and that's what I like to think about them. And here's another one, montage with some of these string lights manifested on the photographs. They're so bizarre and extraordinary, and you can make up your own mind about what you think they are. I'm just sharing these with you for your consideration. Okay, it's snowy, rainy. I can't swim right now. I can't ride my bike right now. I can't do gardening right now, so I'm gonna try to get some exercise dancing. Man, I'm too old for that.